Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the 428th One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, April 28th, 2026. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute Education Department, and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Crammond, and I'll be host once again in this weekly series of workshops with the members and support members of the Universal Council who are here to present today's program and are here to be present for humanity in this auspicious time. Okay, I think we can begin. Let me get the workshop engaged here. And I think we have Moshfek to begin our introduction today.
So hello, everyone. This is Moshfek, representing Bengali language as a Universal Council support member. So welcome, everyone, to this wonderful One Nation, One Planet, and One Race meeting. You are all welcome. And as we have talked about a little bit about the dawning of the peace. And as you may have noticed last time, we are all participants in this dawn. In a way, we are bringing the dawn little by little together. And we see things happening within Keshe Foundation. We see things with the world events. Things are accelerating. We notice significant participation from the younger generation. Their awareness, their contribution definitely is moving things in the right direction. So they too are part of this making of this dawn brighter and brighter. So, and this dawn is the dawn of peace. And we add our wishes to it. And everybody is welcome to put their contribution. As you may have noticed from the last time, anybody can participate at any time. It is, you participate on your soul's intention. And sometimes you may speak, sometimes you don't have to. So it's up to you, but your wish, or shall we say the command, counts. For it is in harmony with the peace that we all are bringing here. So let's, in addition to the wishes, let's feel the rays of dawn hitting us and making us feel joyful. And that too is part of this experience. And with that, the misdeeds that has persisted over such a long time will slowly come to an end. So let us do it together. And thank you very much for participating in this. Anyone else wants to say something?
Thanks, Moshfek, and I'll just remind our audience attendees here in the Zoom that they can now open their mics if they wish and go ahead and and make a comment at any point in the program. So feel free to interact if you wish. Well, it seems like silence is the reply, which is still a good reply.
Yes, they can interact now or at any point in the program. We invite you to.
Yes,
Yeah.
very beautiful. So, yes, yes.
This is I just have a bunch of practical questions. I don't know if this is the right place or time and place for that. I'm just run into so many roadblocks as I do a lot of times. I was trying to buy a Keshe coin for my sister for my daughter for her birthday. I couldn't figure out how to do that. I couldn't get in. I was trying various things like that, and I just don't know how to get in, or like we're supposed to renew somewhere or something, and I don't know what or where. And I don't understand the various fees we're paying. I'm paying a private student once a year, and then there was something about the game, and then there was something else, and I'm lost. I just don't know. So I don't want to overload Mr. Keshe with questions, and I don't know if we still can go to the Austrian manufacturing people because they were going to be moving, but everything's different again. So I really don't know where to ask when I need some help with something. So I have a whole list of stuff where I run into roadblocks, but that's also particularly for me somehow. So I don't know if tell me if this is the place to ask.
Maybe in the needs and wishes of the community. Again, if you want the correct answer, I guess you'd have to go directly to the source. I don't have all the answers. We're just sort of, and maybe this is the way it's being set up, that you sort of figure it out more and more as we go, or search for the answers in a way. And yeah. I know that sounds backwards and the rest of the way the system functions, but that does seem to be the way the game is functioning in a way, and some of the other things around the Keshe Foundation. It's not all spelled out exactly clearly. So yeah, we can ask the other knowledge seekers, or again, maybe find out what they've done, or so on in these questions. But yeah, I think we all have some questions on different topics, but yeah.
I could probably look through the various streams of information, but there's so many and there's so much duplication. My time is, I don't have enough time to read it all. So I would like to know where might be a more central way to get the information that I'm looking for.
All right. Well, that would be a good question for the later part when we have our wishes for the public. And I think we could dive into some of that and help sort it out for you.
Thank you.
And I think there will be a discussion on the game part, so some of it may get answered because you mentioned specifically about something about the game. So we can probably get into that a little bit during that section. So, but needs and the wishes are the right place for this kind of thing. Thank you.
All right, that sounds good. Let's carry on perhaps with the World Peace Treaty. Or were you done with your introduction, Mashfaq, or would you like to continue?
Yes, I am.
Yes, thank you, my dear Rick. The World Peace Treaty and We as citizens of the earth from this moment accept to lay down all tools of aggression and war. We shall never think about getting involved or incite war or develop or use any tools of war on this planet or in space. And to this we all agree and swear with our nation, territory, council, religion, city, town, body, and soul. Beautiful soul. Sign the World Peace Treaty with a pen, with a physical pen, or with a pen of your heart and soul. As we know that the blueprint, the inertia of peace and enlightenment is, is what we are. We are all like this. Just we have to choose to initiate in the path of peace, and everything will be clear, clear like never before. And this initiation will produce a growing sense of relationship, of a basic unity with all that breathe. And we know life and living, how it is in this peaceful world we are creating. And the image, today's image of one planet, one vision, one race, is beautifully showing that, you know. Thank you, my dear Rick. As we are all in it, so peaceful, this new earth, this ascension, as we say in our meditative mind, and of course, peace for all, as this initiation is life living in one planet, one nation, one race. So we all welcome you. We are all welcoming each other in this initiation, in this understanding this inertia more and more, moment by moment, that how peace works. We are all experiencing that from many, many years. We are experiencing that we are sorry, uh, experiencing as we grow with Keshe Foundation, learning in all the teachings, and thank you, gratitude to all the teachers of Keshe Foundation. That peacefulness is the most important thing. First, we have to follow. That is the key. We are doing it. Yes, sometimes we get loose. Thank you. Thank you for being. Thank you for being here. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salute. And everybody is welcome to say something about the World Peace Treaty. Thank you.
Okay, well, I've posted the link to the Keshe Foundation website link for the World Peace Treaty at Keshe Foundation /about/WPT. And when you go there, well, maybe I should just briefly show the site. When you go to the About the World Peace Treaty, which is found, by the way, in the Keshe Foundation, Keshe.Foundation main website, which we see here, and you go to About in the top header, and you can go to the World Peace Treaty. And when you click on that, it gives you the World Peace Treaty. And there's also 4 boxes down on the bottom. One is for World Peace Treaty. If you click on that, it gives you the PDF version of the World Peace Treaty, which you see here, which can be downloaded or printed off. And as well as 3 documents which are attached to this page. One is called An Insight into the Future of Man on Earth, which is a document from Mr. Keshe. And Another one is the status of scientists, which is now becoming more relevant than ever. It's about, well, the first line goes, so many scientists have been silenced, injured, banished, or exiled from their place of birth, imprisoned, tortured, or even killed because of their work and their contribution to the advancement of science and so on. And this is relevant now. In fact, there's a federal investigation in the United States about the missing scientists. Like 10 or 12 of them in the past few years have gone missing, and people are concerned about that, as they should be. And also the signing of the World Peace Treaty and the World Peace Conference, which is, again, more information about the circumstances of the World Peace Treaty. So check that out if you have some time, and do consider signing the World Peace Treaty, if not in the physicality, then at least in your heart.
Yes, my dear Rick, I also want to say that really the scientists are disappearing without any trace these days, and it is continuous. This is a concern, of course, and this document is so relevant now, really, really, and especially the scientists dealing with plasma, and yes, even the NASA scientists are also vanishing. Yes, of course. This is the World Peace Treaty, dear beautiful soul. I have, when I saw this in the, when I saw this World Peace Treaty, it's uh, uh, like a paper from inside me. There's no such number, and it's like, what? It's me, like that. When even when you understand this, what we are, this paper shows that uh, what we are, the I am presence, and what we are really peaceful and enlightened beings, universal souls, we are all. So we, the I as citizen of the earth from this moment on, except to lay down all tools of aggression and war, I shall never think about getting involved or incite war or develop or use any tools of war on this planet or in space. And to this I agree and swear our mind, nation, territory, council, religion, city, town, body, and soul. Name Shwetanvar. I have signed it in 2015, I suppose. So please, I will. It's a, of course, it's a. When you sign the peace treaty, you generate the respect and gratitude for all life in existence. So thank you, my dear. Anybody wants to? Anybody sign the World Peace Treaty? Anybody from here? Beautiful souls, those who are attending, have an experience or want to sign or want to understand more, please welcome if you want to say anything.
And this,
Welcome,
of course, is one of the prerequisites for collaboration with the Keshe Foundation, is to sign the World Peace Treaty. I think he mentioned this with the Musk organization and so on. And I have a story I'd like to tell, but I don't know if I can tell it because the emotions are making me weep.
Oh, please, please, Mark.
So, since Mr. Keshe was talking about the chickens and sourcing a clean product, I thought I would find a farm in the local area, and perhaps. But I said I don't want to order the slaughter of a chicken. Really, I don't mind buying it at the supermarket. That doesn't bother me at all. But so I'm with a friend yesterday, and I was telling them, where am I going to find a farm? And they said, well, guess what? They just opened they have live chickens there. And, you know, they cut them right there and everything. So I said, wow, that's my wish. This is what I want, a clean source and, you know, free range and the amino acids, the omega-3, all that. If I start weeping, somebody else take over. All right, I'm not going to do it.
Thank you, Mark. Welcome, my dear. So we can, and if there is anybody want to say anything, or we can go to the next presentation, my dear. Thank you.
I'll try to muster up the balance to share it in the.
Thank you, Mark. You kind of set it up, and you have to follow through now. I think because you've got our we are inquisitive now.
Yeah, well, join the reactor group. Maybe I can balance the emotions by then. I don't know why it touched me. It didn't really touch me at the place, but it touched me afterwards, and it's still touching. So, join the reactor group.
Okay, well, perhaps you'll find it easier to speak later, or as we say here, there's an open mic at any time. So when you feel the need, and I'm sure you will at some point, and if not, then please join us in the reactor group.
Hello, good afternoon. It's Mehran, University Council support for Farsi language. Sorry, I just woke up, so I may talk a little bit stretch. I was just going to say about, first of all, this is a tradition, for example, in Muslims or probably Jewish and even in Christian tradition, it used to be that when they want to eat bread or food, meat or something, they pray for that soul. Maybe they didn't know exactly, like I'm saying, that I pray for your soul, but they were, like in France, they used to, and maybe it's the same in villages now also, they used to put a sign of the cross over the big loaf of bread. And then they did prayers of thanks and thank you, Lord, also, and thank for this bread or whatever. And then it started to eat. So, and then, for example, in Muslims, I don't know exactly, and somehow in Jewish tradition, they do prayers. For example, in Muslims, they say the name of God in Arabic over the animal. First, they treat the animal kindly, that they don't let the animal to be stressed. They make him calm. They gave the animal some water. And then they put the name of God and some prayer like that. Means like, we kill you, but it's not just for nothing. That because the soul would go somewhere. And for some traditions, thinks that this animal, when we pray for it, it would go someplace better than what it was before. So they pray for that animal. They appreciate it. They regard the animal, a kind of asking him if he's okay that they kill him. Does he want, in a way, they ask him permission. Does he permit that he would be eaten by others? So sometimes I forget, but sometimes I do pray for the meat I eat, or the bread or rice. I pray, I wish his soul of this animal be happy, and happy that I eat this meat. Because if the animal has a soul, somewhere there is still some way, the trace of that soul. And by my appreciation and my permission, I think that hardness, that difficulty that I've killed somebody to eat for myself would go. Because anybody can permit, everybody uses their services, no? Sometimes we give our efforts, our money for somebody because I want that person uses that money for their life. So maybe animals are like that. Maybe they want to offer their body that somebody profits from that body. So, so if we think that they are part of the collective soul, they have soul, and if we ask permission or appreciation or uh, regards and thanks, so that soul would be satisfied that I'm eating its flesh, this for my life, for my needs. And of course, Mr. Cash has the technology, the space. Uh, they do the same probably, that they know how to use that energy without touching that animal physically. So in the meanwhile, we have to eat meat traditionally, and uh, it's a custom. It's not forbidden, but at least they say you pray for that. So um, as long as we pray for that, and also for anybody or any animal, I think when we pray for that soul, we are so much occupied with praying for that soul. Like we have a praying that when somebody is dead, we say, we come from God, we return to the God, and there is a unique God for everything, everybody. So when we say that, instead of crying or do, illogical things, so they say God will open the doors of happiness for us after that. If we are patient, when we lose somebody and we are saying this word, we are coming from God and we return to the God. That's good for ourselves. So, I mean, there's always a solution for everything, even in that. As far as we have a choice, and um, we have a choice, do it or not do it. We don't do it. But when we don't have a choice for meat or poultry or whatever, so we just pray for that soul, wherever it is in our emotion, and give something, praying, thanks, thinking. And I think that animal or that thing would be happy that we appreciate his meat or his service or whatever, or his energy. So
It was interesting, Mernez, when I walked into this service, I said, "Is this halal service?" And he said, "Yes, it's halal." I said, "Thank you." That means and I would have never known about halal unless Mr. Kesh sort of mentioned it, but apparently it's well known in the Muslim and Jewish communities about mercifully, if there's such a thing, sacrificing a being or an animal. So I think the guy thought I knew what I was doing when I said, "Oh, this is halal service." He could see that I wasn't a Muslim or anything like that. So he introduces himself as Ahmed from Yemen, and beautiful place. And so they have two doors, one on each side of the counter, and these two, one a younger guy, one an older guy, comes out. I could see they had maybe an eighth of an inch thick, those plastic aprons that they wear, you know, and they were clean, but you could see they were stained and reddish or maroonish, you know. And so the man at Ahmed says to me, well, you just go with this guy right here and you pick out your chicken and he'll take care of the rest. And I said, no, I don't really want to do that. Let him pick. He said, do you want a brown one or with the brown feathers or the white ones, you know? And through one of the doors on the left, I could see like this wire cage, but it was the chrome, very sturdy cage in each one of these little chickens. And this is the part that touched me later, but it didn't touch me at the time. So I'm looking at the cage and the chickens are just going very softly, rather humbly. And the guy says, oh yeah, we buy these chickens from the local farm. And I said, well, do they have a rooster accompanying them? Oh yeah, they go out and they forage and the rooster is there and everything like that. So I'm looking over at this cage of these chickens that I can see partially of. And this one chicken, I don't know if I created it in my mind or it was a soul communication. It just says, you know, we call it zero time communication. So it says to me, why are you imprisoning us? Why are you killing us? But it didn't dawn on me. I got the communication at the time, but it didn't touch my emotion. I remember Mr. Keshe asking us to ask the world leaders the same question. But he also said that this practice of slaughtering animals will be one of the first practices to end on this planet. So it's still touching me. Okay.
It's hard. It's hard to see an animal, you know, what they do. Some people do it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. But when he gave me the bag, and later on, I felt that the bag was hot. It was warm. I said, I just ordered. This being, I can't go.
Just pray over that meat. Pray. Everything passes through the soul.
No, I got to get used to it because, as Mr. Keshe said, taking 300 million souls is no problem for me. So, no soul is lost, in other words, even though I sort of ordered the demise of the physicality. And I don't know, it just touched me in a much stronger way than I thought it would. I know Stefania had the same experience with the ducks, I think. She actually had to relocate herself. She's told this story before, but I didn't hear any noise. They were perfect gentlemen and everything, and very clean, very well run. And again, I thanked them for the halal service. And then I asked the man, I said, oh, I see you sell eggs. Yeah, we sell eggs. Of course, Mr. Keshe just went through these teachings, and that's why I would. So I said, you know, you told me that the chickens are walking around with the rooster free range and they're foraging on their own. They're not really feeding them the feeds. I said, when the eggs, I said, do they have a rooster present? And he said, you know, I don't know. That's a very good question. I'm going to find out, and, you know, you can call me back or whatever, and we'll find out about that. So as I'm waiting for the chicken to be delivered, I usually have the World Peace Treaty in the car. So I didn't know if that was the right occasion for it, but I thought I'd introduce him to the World Peace Treaty. And he did read it, Ahmed, and put it off to the side on the counter. And then I told them about the one planet, one nation, one race again. And I explained a little bit more about Mr. Keshe, and I told them I'd make some time and we could share some of the chicken knowledge that was shared by Mr. Keshe. As he said in the last workshop, he had chicken farms with tens and tens of thousands of chickens on there. But yeah, it was just an emotional experience for me after I got home. And I felt that chicken. Well, there's more to it, but maybe we'll share more in the Reactor group. But this is one of the first practices, Mr. Keshe said in the New Tomorrow video, or one of the other ones, the slaughtering of animals. And I think we're seeing it being set up in a way in this feeding system that's coming through the cosmic ray technology.
Just giving from our souls. For all these questions, sometimes I see ads about poor people who need money, or in Gaza they need money. There's a lot of ads like that give you on the phone, and I say I cannot do anything. I don't trust them first. Secondly, I know there are people who need that, but how could I help them? And then I sent praying, that if I could, I would really help you, but I cannot. I know that they cannot accept the um, opening of the AIDS in Gaza. So that I heard. I have heard that intention of sincere intention that if I could, I had done it. It's like you have done it. You don't have to give money immediately to feel satisfied. That intention is for your consciousness is like you have actually helped them. So everything passes through mind, like when I lost my mother-in-law 3 weeks ago. I had never done it before personally, but this whole situation we had to take care of. And I just thought I cannot handle it. So all the time I was saying that we are coming from God, we go back to God, things like that. And I found really power to handle it without tears or whatever. And then that's how I say that praying, like giving from our souls, it works. In all questions of this sort, questions of life and things like that, always we give from our souls and we feel good.
And for me, I have another comment. I started a new habit, and that is like when my husband eats an orange, we save the orange peel, and then I put it in the blender and I make a smoothie out of it, add a little bit of sweetener, and it's very nutritious. And it's about half of what we buy is the skin. And the same with the vegetables, not to throw away any of the vegetables and only eat the ends of the asparagus or the ends of the broccoli. I try to eat the whole thing. If we're going to kill the thing, might as well use all of it instead of throwing it away and dishonoring it in that way. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to do now.
That's good. That's good. We are learning.
Right.
Yeah, and one day,
Mm-hmm.
when I was starting to get the sniffles, I blended up the skins of the lemons that had just come through the kitchen, and within a short period of time, that sniffles was gone because those skins are super loaded with nutrients that we just throw away. So, anyway.
Right. Maybe when we get past killing each other, we can again reduce our killing with the vertical and the horizontal people as we understand it.
I will add something here. It's a little bit lighter, but there is more. There is something to think about after what I have to say. This is the story of the barbaric and cannibalistic people of Africa. So, as you may know, there has been Christian missionaries who went to these places to make the barbaric people, cannibalistic barbaric people, see their way. So that there was a missionary priest who stayed there for a long time, and he was teaching them Christianity and saying Lord's Prayer before they ate, things like that, as it is done in the Christian and in the Jewish and the, what do you call it, Islamic tradition. So one day, the what do you call it, the missionary heard that that there is going to be a huge feast, and this is one of the special feasts. So, and he saw that there was a big preparation, big cauldron full of things are going to be made, and so, and when the time came, they light up the fire under the cauldron and they put the missionary in it. And the missionary started screaming, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Whereas the barbaric, cannibalistic Africans were saying the Lord's Prayer, and they told the missionary to hush up. So this is the story. This is a bit, on the humorous side, but I'll add a little bit to it. I come from an Islamic culture, so we see this time, one of the festival time where they slaughter animals in large number, and everybody sees it. And usually you buy cows or goats and sheep and all kinds, these kind of animals before the slaughtering, which is done in public, by the way. And so you bring the animal to your home, and the children especially, and as you may guess, I was once such a child, you notice something, that these animals are crying because they know what's going to happen. They feel it. Now, the children, they notice it, and sometimes they even ask their parents and other elders about why is this animal crying? Because the children, as we know, they haven't been programmed by the worldly things such as our religion and other things. So they are truly sensitive to these things, as we notice in Mark's voice. So now that we talk about, saying Lord's name before these animals are slaughtered, if we see them crying, would we? If we notice them crying, we usually avoid these things. And the next question would be, if they're sacrificing themselves for us, would you like to replace yourself with that animal? Something to think about. With that, I end it. It's a humor, but something to think about as well. This is something we have to consider as we move out from this planet, this little village we call the planet. Hope this helps us reach the point, and along the way, be on one hand, be sympathetic towards the animal, at the same time understand their position as a replacement for them. So the priest or the missionary that went to Africa, that story, we call these Africans barbarians. And many of the other parts of the world still do. Well, when we say that they are barbarians, we forget we are talking about ourselves as well. It's time to move to a new world and think about these things and feel the animals and make them part of our family who don't have to suffer. Well, but then again, we look at ourselves killing our own brothers and sisters in wars everywhere. So, and we even say the Lord's name there too. Does it justify the action? Something to think about. Anyway, I'll end it here.
But also, can we say that they have the same level of emotion and soul and purpose in life? Because like somebody who's young, which is dead, they say, oh, the poor guy who was so young, he had life in front of him. But there's an animal who is killed, they say, oh no, I'm so young. It's too early that I should be. Do they have all these kind of emotions that we have uh, so strongly compared to animal soul? Or is it a part of their system of life? Life, they come to this life, they eat, they sleep, they make children, etc. And they have accepted that they have to go. As long as we don't torture them before death, like they say, they have a very good knives that kill the animal. They touch the vein, and they die very fast. For example, in Muslim religion, so they shouldn't suffer, because when they suffer, the blood gets that emotion of suffering. That's why they let the blood comes out of the meat. So do they have the same emotions that we do? They have soul, but do they have the notion of time, youth, my mission in life, or something like that?
Did he just make the man in the image of himself, or did he make the whole creation in the image of himself?
The man in his.
Well, in
Of
the
course.
emotional level, I will say that the warlords are saying the same thing, creating all this killing, treating others like savages and like insects. So they don't deserve to live like that. So, and the wars are, they are emotionally they think the warlords are emotionally in hierarchy. Their emotion have, as Mehran said, that, you know. So for me, for all of us, we are all equal, even a bacteria too. Yes, we are going with this detachment, with this chaos, with this social suppression we have suffered. In every way, we have to accept this, that we are equal. We are all equal and always will be. We have to respect every life. We are trying. We are trying hard all the time. And we are detaching ourselves. It will take, may be some time in this timeline. But no discrimination, that this is animal and this is a man, this is a tree. No, no, no. World Peace Treaty is for the world. This is so unique. So even these conditions are living, all conditions. So we have to respect that. Yes, we are talking about some comfort, about some, so that um, we can say something, because we are feeling that sadness, that pain from inside, because they are all part of us. We are creating this newness. It is taking some time, but we will cover it. We will never kill, never kill. We are going through this pathway. So hold on, dear beautiful souls. Every creature, every living being, every being is equal. So, as Master said, everything is part of us. We are learning, going more and more in this universal love for all souls in existence. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I also have a chicken story, and I'll tell it in more detail in the plasma reactor group as well. But back 50 years ago this year, I came to the west coast of Canada from the east coast, and I didn't have much money at the time, in fact, next to none. And so what you did back then was you check out the bulletin boards, and in the farm, what's called the farm labor pool, and they would have farm jobs, and you could, make some money, minimum wage kind of money, working on a farm. So I saw an ad for picking chickens. And that was my first job on the West Coast. Was you go in at 2:00 in the morning, and you go into the barns where the chickens are, and you go into the barn, there's 5,000 chickens. It's a sea of white chickens in this barn. And it's your job to go in and catch 3 chickens with each hand. So you have 6 chickens, and take them to the guy in the truck who grabs them and throws them into the cages in the truck. And they take them away to be sacrificed in the early morning hours. So that was my job for 4.5 hours or so in the early morning hours, and catching these chickens and handing them to the guy, and he'd stuff them in the truck. And there's maybe half a dozen other young people like myself that were desperate for work and didn't know what the heck we were doing there, but there we were, learning how to catch chickens and hand them off to the guy who stuffs them in the truck. And after several hours of this, it was somewhat difficult, I would say. You get used to it, though, the smells and all these little chickens. And you would think when you first go in, it's a sea of white. Each chicken looks the same. There's no, you don't think of them as having individual personalities or anything like that. It's just another chicken. But at the end of the night, by the time we were done, I realized that each of these chickens has their own life, like we were saying earlier. They have their own set of emotions, and they have, the emotion of fear, for example. You can tell that these chickens know that something's up. They've had a pretty good life. They've had their food and their place to stay. And then all of a sudden, these guys show up and all of their friends are disappearing. We talk about the disappearing scientists. Well, imagine you're in a chicken coop and with 5,000 chickens, and all of a sudden it's 1,000 and 100, and then down to the last few of your buddies are all being taken away. And I realized also that humans all have a different approach to each of these chickens as well. Some people just don't give a hoot, so to speak. They don't care, and it's just a chicken. And one guy at the end of the night was using one of the dead chickens as a football, for example. But then there's, on the opposite spectrum, there was one fellow at the end who was had one in his arms and was sort of cuddling it because it was a straggler and wasn't very strong and couldn't even stand up and so on. He was having a compassion fit for it. And here I was in the middle of all this experience, and it really struck me. In fact, after that day, I have not eaten chicken since. I completely gave up on chicken, and in fact, most forms of meat, and that was it. I could no longer stomach chicken after being with that, going through that experience of picking chickens. So more on that in the reactor group, but that kind of gives you the idea of what that was about. And it's, we talk about emotions. Yes, they all have their own color of emotion, you could say, their own, what we call personality, or a difference of the physicality. It's all one soul, but there are variances in the manifestation of that, and each one is an individual in that sense.
I had a sense that this gig didn't last that long, or maybe it did. I don't know, but I just had a sense that it didn't last that long.
Hello.
Yes,
Can I
go
speak?
ahead.
Yes, hello, everybody. A comment from Ashwat. She says that we can talk to the animal souls. Actually, from our soul, we talk to the soul of the animal, and the souls of the animal answer us. And we have of course, listen with our own soul. And the souls of the animal tell about their living, their everyday routine, like they're experiencing what they experience in the garden, their joy, and they also can talk about their death. But we have to know how to listen with our soul about what they talk and tell and try to tell us. They really can uh, transfer or convey their feeling about their everyday life, like us, like the babies, the children who can experience all these emotions, feeling, and who can maybe experience things that adult cannot experience or cannot say or tell, because we're quite attached to the physicality. So this is the comment that Ashok would like me to tell you. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, perhaps we can move on to the next part of our program, which we have a couple of wishes from our souls. And we'll have a full minute of silence after each of these wishes in order to contemplate and implement the wish. Now let's go on here. I think Marinez does the first one.
Yes. We, the Universal Council, give from our soul collectively to those who suffer from oppression of other people on them and hope for a better life. That's our wish, and our wish is our command.
We, Universal Council, give freely our souls and invite all of humanity to elevate the soul of every leader in every nation to work as one soul in one direction to achieve peace as one nation, one planet, one race.
Okay, that's our wishes completed. And next we have what's called the soul connection.
Yes. I love you, my soul. I love to be, I love to live with you, and I love you, and I adore you. That's what Mr. Keshe said to one of the students one day. It's about what I heard. It's a bit different from this. It's like what I said. And she was asking what she does if she feels depressed. And he says, you say that to yourself. I love you, my soul. I love to live with you. I love you and I adore you. I adore you, my soul. Uh, Life is so fast these days. We don't have time to contemplate, to think about soul, especially we don't hear things like that. Uh, uh, the media talks about everything more and more material and are so busy with promoting that days and days go and we don't hear anything about soul. We don't hear anything about knowledge of the soul and how we can change things with ourselves. But in fact, the more important power in us is our soul. We are teaching it with the language of science. Mr. Cash is bringing us the way that everybody in the same condition can get the same results. So we go on. Another thing we do also to be useful in this world we live, to be useful as human, to resist and to do an effective, positive effort and effect on the environment around us is soul connection. Soul connection means that we just let go and we let our emotion, let the part of us which is not involved in physicality get free rein and gets out and gets connection with other souls at the same time. We are all here, we are all listening this, and we all connect ourselves. for the goal of having peace on earth. We have never really felt that feeling of having peace because they just don't let us be free of war for one instant. Doesn't take long. So we just let our thinking, our soul, our emotions go towards peace, where everybody is prosperous, where we are all one. No one is higher, no one is lower. And that's how it is in the universe. We are all the same. And when we are in peace, we don't have anxiety of thinking that we might be aggressed. So we are happy and calm and like we float in life. So we think of this peace for everybody, everywhere. And then we see when there is order and peace, how we can achieve much more than what we could imagine. Going to space, doing wonderful things with our emotion, with our soul. So we close our eyes and we feel that peace on earth. We know that it's there. We know that we are happy that they announce there is peace on earth. And then we are free to let go our imagination to arrive at what destination we want, which is truly the real adventure of our life. So we just take a moment, imagine this peace. Imagine this one nation, one planet, one peace for all, which is the base of all progress. Afterwards,
Okay, if there's no further additions to the soul connection,
thank you.
then I'll play a video that we like to play here on becoming a Universal Council member. It's an extract from the 576 Knowledge Seekers Workshop with Mr. Keshe. It's just a couple of minutes here, and I'll play that now.
There's something which I should have made an announcement. As we are structuring in a new development of the Keshe Foundation, is worldwide application and implication. As we set up the structure for Universal Council, a number of Universal Council members have become old and they reach the age of 60, and they served during the 60 years they are there till 61. They to run the functionality of the operation of the what we call energy dimension, the Universal Council members, if you want to become, please consider and let your soul decide of any languages around the world, as these will be announced very soon internationally, and we expect the souls to serve. And if it's from the knowledge seekers who understand the technology with dimension of the soul, you can apply for to be added to and become a member of the Universal Council. The Earth Council is appointed by the Keshe Foundation on the grounds of two structure of the nationality. Understanding the culture, that there is no prejudice by physical dimension of the borders. And so if you feel your soul is there to serve humanity in expansion and the growth of it, just apply for it at the Keshe Foundation, or send the email to info@keshe.foundation, say I would like to be a member of the Universal Council. We receive this regularly, and now we're going to expand this very rapidly due to what is to come and what is to be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear Rick. And I also want to add, and welcome to be a Universal Council support and Universal Council member in Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization, in this beauty and totality, dear beautiful souls. Together, we go into the path of peace and enlightenment. Walk together in this path of peace and enlightenment, my dear. This is the newness. So this is the time to serve. Welcome to join the Universal Council and Universal Council support membership. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Okay, we also have another invitation here, the invitation to unify at the soul level. Someone like to read that?
Hi, Rick, it's Dean here, so I can read it. I've only just joined. I'm sorry, I've been anyway. I just managed to get in, so I can read this. This is okay with the Universal Council. So we, the Universal Council, invite the Keshe and Universal family present on the earth in unifying at the soul level every time, every day at 9 p.m. CET/CEST, which is European summertime. We, the Universal Council, give freely our souls and invite all of humanity to elevate the soul of every leader in every nation to work as one soul, in one direction to achieve peace, as one nation, one planet, and one race. We are one race, humanity, the souls present in physicality. We are one race. You have to just view the physicality. We all have the same structure: 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, a head, a brain, and various functions. So we're all made of the same stuff. We all live and breathe deeply, slowly, in this atmosphere, in this environment, in this condition. And we all breathe in each other's air. And what I breathe in from you, I then give back to you, and you breathe it in. You have no choice. We all live in the same sphere, the same position, the same environment. And so when we create a condition that would affect another part of the structure, we actually affect ourselves deeply, because it's all connected. And there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to go. People are so concentrated on their physical form. And when you understand that the soul level really is beyond just the matter state condition of being present physically. Many people have many different faiths across planet Earth. They have very many theological, religious interpretations of being present in the moment. when we understand, as I was speaking about earlier, that we are all from the same seed. We're all the same. And Mr. Keshe said this many times. What are we fighting for? Listen to those words. What are we fighting for? What is the point of it? What is the, where does this stem from? Even for the ones that we think of that associate, call themselves to be at the top of a position. What are you fighting for? Because when we understand that we all sleep in one bed, we all walk a street, or we all drive a car, it's all the same thing. It's all the same position. So when the soul of the man and the Universal Council connect and elevate the soul, then we are creating in a totally different new plasmatic condition of understanding and enlightenment and knowledge that transcends and gives us the ability to grow as a species, as one, instead of fighting amongst ourselves over, as Mr. Keshe would say, some worthless land. Because we believe through our conditioning, through our interactions, through our emotions, that we are, this is all there is. And this is what faith and belief is, or can be. When you understand the, that spark of the creation, the creator, within your very structure, your being present and giving to receive more. Many of us, we live outside of ourselves. We live functioning, fighting battles and fighting environments and conditions always outside of ourselves. And when we start to bring that understanding within inside ourselves back to its centralized position, that soul aspect, and whether you believe in the soul or what you believe in, the soul of physicality, the heart chakra, it doesn't matter what you believe in. It's words, and it's all it all comes back to the same position, the same understanding of creation. And as I said earlier, we all are present in this creation together as one. There is no separation other than what we believe it to be. And the belief is the most powerful thing, that an emotion can be triggered by an environment where it's being played and where it's being conditioned to make you react in a certain way, make you respond in a certain way. And so a plasma, as we know, is in everything, from an atom to a universe. And that plasma has a belief, has an understanding, is part of the creation point. So when we, Mr. Keshe has said many times that when you eat something, you're eating a soul. When you consume something, you consume a soul. So that's an energy pack. That's a centralized energy from the creator. When you understand this, it doesn't matter if you eat, consume one soul or many souls when you're a vegetarian. Because if everything has a soul, every atom, then if you're a vegetarian and you're eating many, many souls, grains of rice and things, each has, as I said, a soul. But within each of that grain of rice, there is an atom that makes up the matter state of it. And the same if you eat an animal. within the animal, within the structure of the physicality, there is many souls within the atoms that make up the physical being. So whether you eat a grain of rice or a cat, sorry, not a cat, a cow or something like this, then it's all the same. And you're still consuming energy packs of the creation point. A lot of the technology, a lot of the things that we experience in our physicality that cause the emotions that make us react in a certain way through the environmental conditioning that forces us or allows us to accept a certain position. And we go about our daily lives or our interactions in our environments outside of ourselves. I'm very happy if we have this big, wonderful, shiny something, whatever it is. But when you understand that that big, shiny something is part of the creation, it's part of you, and you're part of a huge, unbelievable structure that is present in the moment. And the belief in this structure is the belief in you, because you are present with the Creator in every single moment. We all are, as one Creator, as one position, as one species that is present on a sphere, a planet that is rotating in an inertia in magnetic fields of an environment outside of ourselves. However, our understanding of this can create beauty in everything we do, say, touch, feel, or when we go inside ourselves and we connect, as we were seeing here at 9 p.m. every day, every moment. You can connect to the creation point, to the Creator, you, yourself, we. And these special words on the screen now, we, the Universal Council, give freely our souls. Understand what's being given there. So you have a creation, a creator of unlimited ability, freely given to you on a soul level for you to accept, to receive, freely given, and invite all of humanity to elevate. Understand what's on the table, what's being given. It's a gift of unbelievable proportions. It is beyond belief, beyond everything that we've come to know. It is the beauty of the Creator. And so the soul of every leader, who is the leader? Who is a leader, really? Is that a president, or is that somebody in a certain position in any walk of life? Or is that the very humble soul that serves the creation and helps and gives to others constantly and doesn't think about things, doesn't have this needing the big shiny thing outside of themselves to confirm their existence? The existence is confirmed within the, as Mr. Keshe would say, the wealth is within me. And that's the truth of the beauty of being present in the moment. So, the soul of every leader in every nation working together as one. Humanity, it's time to be present and to work as one. Each and every one of us has a responsibility to the Creator within. And when we work as one soul in one direction to achieve peace, what does that mean? So if you all come together at 9 p.m., as we said earlier, CET or CEST, or whatever timescale you would like to give it, in the moment, and give from your soul unconditionally to the other souls present. Remember, there are countless souls. It's not just human beings. As one nation on planet Earth, because we have one planet, and we are one race, and it's words. We are one group of souls present in a physical body that is a human being. However, the soul of the man is unlimited and a creator of everything. You are creating in this very moment, and it is a beauty. It is a true beauty, each and every one of you. And when you understand this and you really come together, there is no possibility of war being created outside the big shiny thing outside, because that little humble, beautiful shiny thing inside you is the true gift of the creator, of the creation, and we all have it. We're all part of it. So please be present whenever you can think of it, or whenever it comes to you. You could be stood in the middle of a city. You could be stood in the middle of a forest. It doesn't matter. There'll be a spark or something will come to you, and everything around you will slow down. And you just come back inside yourself and understand that you're creating that reality all around you, because that's the beauty that you have. So one nation, one planet, one race. Be present in the moment. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Rick. Sorry, a bit of a rant there. Went on a bit too long. But anyway, if anybody else would like to say something, please do. Thank you.
Oh, it's all good, Dean. Thank you for your insights.
You're welcome, Rick. Thank you for giving the opportunity to actually speak, to be able to share the knowledge. Because when we understand the beauty of the knowledge, it does touch each and every one of us. It changes us to become peaceful. You have no option when you understand the process. It does. It changes the very fibers of your being, and the very those energy packs that are all around us. This centralized energy. When you tap into it, and you actually start, as Mr. Keshe said many times, when you start, aligning, the solar physicality, the solar man, and the physical being, and you start using the ethos. Remember, this knowledge has come from the universe. It's actually an addition, as Mr. Keshe would say, and beyond anything that humanity has experienced before, I've come to know. The knowledge is so profound and it's so beautiful. Then when you allow it to touch you, to touch your soul, it creates heaven, whatever heaven is for you, whatever that is. Or if you don't believe in heaven, whatever the other side, whatever it is for you that gives you, the environment and the nurturing and the beauty that you need to function and to become peaceful, to create for each and every one of us as the family of the universe, the family of man, all come together and unify themselves by being present in the moment. And you can do that in this precise moment, or you can do it at 9 p.m. CET or CEST. And you are all so welcome in every shape and form and every energy level you can possibly imagine. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, thank you, Dean. Maybe I'll read a couple of the comments in YouTube as we go here. Jack says, as we unite with the truth of our unity here on Earth, we can end the insanity of legal wars and secrecy. And look, man, Angiani, not sure how to pronounce it because it's just his call name, says, Jack, the point is, can we end the emotions that cause wars? And Tender adds, look, if every plasma has a give and take, are you not aware that you are somehow absorbing or rejecting, if not initial fundamental plasmas from your environment, then perhaps other such PM ticks available by any other chance? Correct? And if each one of those has a soul, aren't we all then relatively relativated relatives? Yes,
Yes,
I guess we're all related, aren't we? Even the chickens.
theory of relativity, gender. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Beautiful soul. Welcome. Thank Yes, thank you, my dear Rick. And again, welcome, beautiful souls. And we invite you to connect with a member of the Universal Council to send us your questions to be answered live each week. It was a proposal to need for our community needs week, or the needs of our community. Sorry. Thank you for joining us as one soul. This is the uh, inertia, the concept, the intention to join each other, and the essence is that. And I also welcome, as everything is going to this newness, as um, Ingrid was also saying that, asking questions. Everything is like, uh, uh, kind of preparing for the change. And it will come in a way that this system will work simply for everybody. Or a cash coin, a world peace treaty, a conference, the enhancement unit coming, the oasis in making, everything. So you are welcome to ask, and we are all learning, my dear beautiful souls. We are all learning. We are all knowledge seekers. We can share each other, and we can share each other's thoughts, our experiences, our love, our peace to each other, helping each other to grow more in this newness, in this precious space. And as Sender says, the relativity. That is the most important thing. We grow. We have learned this in this chaotic Maya illusion also. But now we will be peaceful, all with this relationship, as all humanity is one, peaceful, one soul of peace. Thank you and welcome to join in all the telegrams. There are all many telegram group of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization of different languages. You can join us there, and you are so much welcome to ask question here also, or I mean share here also. We will be able, if we are able to share, we will. If you are able to share, we will be teacher to each other.
Keshko.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Salam, namaste, salam.
Thank you, Shweta. Next, I have just getting it lined up here. Just bear with me a few seconds. I have a 10-minute excerpt from the last 639th Knowledge Seekers Workshop of April 23rd. And we'll hear from Mr. Keshe about news from the Keshe Foundation. Okay, I've just got that set up, and here we go. I had it set up and it was working perfectly fine. Let me reload this video. It seems to be a little obstinate here. I will have to go through a little dance here. Bear with me a minute.
Because the new team does not like to do things half cooked. So
We are very expensive, but we taste good. In respect to the cash coin, those of you who are going to use cash coin, you're connected through the games or whatever, start registering as fast as you can and get as many as people as you know to register through the game for CC and CK, cash coin for the games and cash coin for the what we call universal use. Our systems regarding ONNs are 90% in position. The what we call facilities and everything else is set up that we can start with, and the team in the background will start doing all is necessary. We just got one phase to load up the ONNs because it needed a lot of things, very simple, but a lot of facilities, and this was completed this week. We are getting the handover from the computer lines and everything else. Hopefully, we're told next week. Then our team can start testing and running the first series that hopefully, if it can be done completed before end of the month, we start putting the first series out. It looks very simple. It's taken months to organize it. It's taken weeks and days to actually get the rooms and the facilities and those who understand connecting all the lines to internet and the rest of it. We are hoping with the present situation to distribute the first 10,000 units within the next 12 months. We are in a financial position, sorting out things that we need. We receive more support and we need more support, and we try to do it by the Keshe Foundation itself. And hopefully this involves millions of dollars, and our resources will be there with the help of you knowledge seekers to be able to break the back of the present situation. As I explained to people who are influential and governmental people who understand how the cash coin will change things, has brought interest by a number of governments to us. And we need to, as fast as possible, to get as many ONNs and these units around the world into the streamline of the work, that with it, with the support of the 4 and possible 6 governments we are talking to, break the blockage on international banking, which means no currency is more powerful and nobody needs to fight to make the currency more powerful to dominate, because all nations become one in access, in use. And hopefully sometime in the next few weeks, the first distribution of the cash coins to national citizens and governments will start. It's taken a long road, it's taken a long time, but unification of the currency through international transaction without a need for SWIFT, without a need for any government to be dominated by the others, but all are equal, is just around the corner. A few weeks, few days, but If our negotiation completes with the 4 initial governments in the next few weeks, the governments will exchange currency in their own local term using the cash coin as a currency of payment. We are working to bring cash coin as a currency of exchange in a nation. Once that's established, it might take a few months, it might take a couple of years. Then, as a nationals dealing with the internationals, cash coin will stay as a 1,000 euro balance 21st of March 2026. That it kills the game of inflation. A glass of water, a tomato today uses the same energy in 20 years' time. Why do you need to increase its value to cripple the others to have? The use of cash coin brings a stability to every greed of the man, and it's just about to hit the ground. Please help us to purchase as many as we want to transfer it across the world and not to one or few nations. This allows us to bring the operation in a way that no nation can close. I've been given a gift this week by another 100 units, and these units will go to every corner of this planet. You're in Africa, we support you. You are in South America, we support you. It becomes an income, not just for you, but it brings a change internationally to break the back of the wars we see today for which currency is going to be the dominated currency. This is one currency, one nation, one race, one planet. And you are the cornerstones of it. If you are anywhere in the world and you have people who can benefit by it, we have the units, we're being gifted the units. We have several hundred units which are there as a gift from your people, people who supported us. They have paid for the units, and once it comes to operation, these will be distributed to those who need or they see a need for a change. Do not use them to replenish your families and make them rich. You see them as a point which stops the domination and abuse of the mankind. We are there to support, we are there to help, and the process has started. When I looked at the unit set up this week, I was sending pictures that is all set, ready to go. Once we get the licenses in position early next week and all the connections, the first 23 units will be loaded. Very few of you will receive one connected to your internet, and then we start testing for a few weeks, and then the mass production. Once all the teething are sorted, we have brought a couple of experts in the background to help us to set the things up in a what they call a supporting way, and then you will see how the process will go. I thank you, all of you who are helping us. There is one point, and the running structure and the support of the ONN has pushed us to establish a new company in a new country only as a teaching and support. So you will see a column in the Keshe Foundation in the next few days on the store. It says support and teaching. This is for ONN support. There's a package of 5,000 euro each. Anybody will be supported across this. In the totality, we have positioned this in a new country where we see centralized for our work, and then you can just buy packages of, and then this will be used for supporting teaching and everything else across the Keshe Foundation as is needed, till our 1% currency exchange for CC to say KC allows us to do. Recruiting the experts to run these things cost a lot of money, and those who are involved with us to understand what it is, and with wages to be paid, they have families to look after, and it's our responsibility to do this till the structure is set the way we work. I thank you, those of you helping us.
please don't think we are waiting till we get our one ends and get our coins. You will receive it now. It's done. It's settled. And it's amazing how long it has taken us to get what box you see on the picture to what is needed it to be able to mass program it. The system to mass program now is completed in the past couple of days. It was handed over to us, and now we can do up to about, I think about between 300 and 500 a day units to load up once all the, what you call, the teething problem of the system is over. And we set to cover by 2027 the 10,000 units which we need to make it, as our people say, millions of people to use it, and then we have to expand it to as much as possible that allows billions of people to have access to use it daily on all the time basis.
Alrighty, that completes our excerpt from the last 639th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. Okay, back to our program. And next, I understand we are to discuss the game of peace and enlightenment. And perhaps this can tie back into Erm's question about the game of peace and enlightenment, and how does that relate to the rest of the knowledge and structure of the Keshe Foundation. So perhaps we could clarify, for example, registering for the game, which appears to be different from registering for the new Keshe Foundation .8 or Keshe Foundation.at website.
It's an association, an Austrian association, as I understand it. This is part of joining a club, in a way, in addition to registering for the game. And there is a fee. I don't know if it's $1 a month or a euro a month or a euro a year, but that's part of it. And again, being in an association, as this starts to expand, you'll see there'll be a marketplace, as he said, the trying to take the inflation out of things, allowing countries to exchange currencies, perhaps even to many things going on in the background. Your store, this is, as I see it, this is the Plasma City. You don't have to move there, you just have to move into it, in a way.
Yes, thank you, Mark. So this is the www.keshefoundation.at website. It says, welcome to the Keshe Foundation. Has some preliminary words there. It does say, well, let me read it because it'll help clarify. The Keshe Foundation is a registered nonprofit association. The association supports education, research, and development in the field of plasma space technology based on the knowledge of the chairman, Mehran Tavakoli Keshe. The association, by its statutes, is entrusted to all knowledge seekers worldwide, giving each member the right to help shape its future. To support the Keshe Foundation, there are generally 3 options available. You may become a member, either as a full member or a supporting member. or you may make a one-time donation without any membership. Unfortunately, anonymous donations are not possible. At both membership levels, you can also make additional donations during and after the registration process. Every contribution, no matter the size, helps us to make a greater impact. And then it mentions full members are those who actively participate in the activities of the association, thereby supporting the achievement of the association's purpose, and who pay a membership fee. It says set the membership fee that feels comfortable for you, starting at €1 per year. Supporting members are those who support the activities of the association, primarily by paying usually an increased membership fee. Set the membership fee that feels comfortable for you, starting at €1 per year, and so on. So, and it does say currently payments can only be made by way of PayPal. And after you register, you would be redirected to PayPal. And there's boxes at the bottom to become a full member, become a support member, a general donation, or donate for the One Nation Network. Let's see what that looks like.
Quick question, is that different from private student? Is a private student in addition?
That's totally different than the private student.
Membership in the association. Okay.
Yeah, as far as I know. Now, it may be that the way I understand it is eventually the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation will be available online to those who are members, is I believe the way it should work. But right now, they're just basically signing up members for donation and getting it organized. So there's a specific box, as I mentioned, for, well, let's go back to it here, the Donate for the One Nation Network, the ONN, as it's known as, which is different than the 3 donations that were mentioned before. And so you can specifically donate toward that One Nation Network. Again, it starts from €1 and goes to whatever amount you would like to put in. So it's a little different. The idea of signing up is important here, and you can't actually even make a donation now without registering it in some way. You can't make an anonymous donation, as mentioned. So this is, go ahead.
And
sorry.
the wallet is also separate.
The wallet is also separate, yes.
And if somebody buys a Keshe coin, or I was going to give a Keshe coin to someone, do I need to have them have a wallet? And if I donate a Keshe coin, at that point, do they need to give up all their personal identification stuff? They may like to have a gift, but they may not be ready to give up all their personal, or their face, or their handprint, or all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, as far as I know, you would have to, if you're going to actually transfer a coin or give it to someone, then they would have to have it registered to them, and that's a bit of a process.
Okay.
And if they weren't willing to go through that, then that might be an issue, I suppose. As far as I know. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I don't think there's an issue with the wallet at this point, maybe down the road, but many people have purchased Keshe coins in the past, and there's no wallet. It's just kept in a ledger within the electronic ledger of some sort within the foundation. So it's not necessary to have a wallet, but it will be if you're going to apply some of that to.
Yeah, if you want to spend it.
Spend it, yes. So it might be easier in a way of gifting it to yourself, and then whatever that person you were gifting it for, if they didn't want to go through the process, that you could sort of handle it for them.
Well, you know what I was trying to do? I was trying to do a Mr. Keshe trick, and like he's giving coins to countries, I was going to give something to my skeptic relatives so that they would eventually have something that they wouldn't want to lose and spend instead. And that way they would get a chance to try it, you know. But if they have to have a wallet to spend it, then that would be a deterrent.
Right. So it mentions here under that in the Keshe Foundation store under Keshe Coin ID wallet, says this card is to store your Keshe Coin balance. It uses NFC system. It can be used in time the same as any other NFC card in the shops which accept Keshe coins or on the Keshe store directly. After the purchase, you will be contacted to provide the full details such as, but not limited to, name, continent, language, birth certificate number, national ID number, palm or iris data. The Keshe Coin ID wallet can be used in due course as Keshe Foundation negotiates with governments as One Nation Pass and globally as One Nation Card. This card costs 99.99 euros plus shipping and taxes, and be like every other card sent to you once it is loaded with your data.
Again, at this point, this is an internal coin to the Keshe Foundation. Later on, it will expand itself. So it's only used and applied within the association or within Keshe Foundation.
Yeah, that was my plan, is to have give them $1,000 or 1,000 euros worth of a gift, which they wouldn't want to waste, and therefore they might want to use it within the foundation and try out. They couldn't get the money's worth unless they would do it within the foundation, and that would sort of be a way to get them involved on some level. That was my purpose for this.
Yeah, they could go to the store and look at the products and see if there's something that they feel an affinity for, and they would know they'd be able to just order it, is the idea.
Yeah, but do they then need to have a wallet for any change? That's the question.
That would seem, yes. To me, that would seem like the answer is yes. Once you start applying it and trading with it, and there has to be a balance sheet somewhere, and that's a wallet.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So giving
it does mention
coin,
here.
Yeah.
It mentions that the Keshe coin soon will be connected to other coins. So it seems like the Keshe coin might be like eventually like a Bitcoin or BitChain type currency, the way things are done that way, with the assets backed by assets, basically. And
right, and as Rick said, this coin does not lose value as some of the cryptos. Many people have lost, many people have borrowed money to buy the crypto, and now they're in an upside down position. But this coin will maintain its 1,000 euro. This is part of the whole structure. And it will, as I understand it, will also earn a 3% dividend per year.
Right.
Which most likely will be paid in Keshe coin.
And when we buy Keshe coin, do we have to pay tax on the Keshe coin? I mean, to purchase it, whatever we're.
I believe so, because you can purchase it through PayPal or whatever, there's going to be the taxes added on, I believe.
But the Austrians have like a 20% tax or 15% tax.
The value added tax, yes.
Value added, yeah, right. That was the question.
Well, for example, this Cashcoin ID wallet, the $99 wallet, in order to keep the coin and keep track of it and so on, and spend it, then you'll have this card basically that you can use at the store or wherever you wish. It'll have the balance of your Cashcoin on it, and it is in the store. And when you add it to the cart, where's the cart go here? There it is. It's added to the cart, and I'm quite sure. Let me just go to checkout here. Oh, I have to fill out my name and address, and so I'm quite sure when you check out, you're going to have the VAT, the European VAT put on. It'll be, it's just part of the process. So I assume that'll be the same for the Cashcoin. Let's have a look here if there's, no, that's the wallet as well. Thought there was some other information on the Cashcoin here. Let's see. Maybe it just is all under the wallet now. Just going through products. Don't see a separate Cashcoin entry now. I think it's
there used to be one.
Yeah, I think it's all under the Cashcoin as we see here, the Cashcoin ID wallet.
Maybe you can write to info@keshe.foundation and they'll direct you to what account the funds for the coin need to be put in.
Okay, info
At Keshe.foundation.
The
general
Austrian one, the AT.
No, it's the @ sign.
Yeah, Keshe Foundation .at or org.
That's the association. We're right. Just trying to find out what account to deposit funds for a coin. I think he said you'd write to Keshe Foundation and they would direct you with the proper account. I think it's different from those who are in Europe or outside of Europe, perhaps.
But then for that kind of question, would it be info@keshefoundation.org?
Info@keshe.foundation.
Yep, no AT.
No AT and no org. Just okay. Keshe.foundation.
Okay. They're also similar and they keep changing.
Well, some of them will refer back to the Keshe.foundation, which is the latest one. So,
okay,
but that's what they prefer.
I had one more question in that context. I was trying to sign into the store. I could not sign into the store.
I think the sign in might be broken for the store. Every time I try to just look at things and go to a different page and so on, it comes up it wants my sign-in information. And even when I put it in, it's still not happy and still wants my sign-in information and so on. So I stopped arguing with it and I just go cancel or whatever, and it goes away.
I have another one though. I from the German group, they sent out something with various links, and they said sign in to store keshefoundation.org, and then underneath it says your login information will be sent securely. And then it says put in username and password. So when I put in my most recent username and password, it doesn't go anywhere. But I don't know if I'm supposed to wait for something, or do I have to have my username and password in first so that information will be sent to me, or
Where'd
I'm
you
confused.
get your username and password from?
What I used to use for the store.
Okay. And it worked then, you mean?
Yeah, it worked then.
Oh.
I mean, it was circuitous. I had to kind of skip certain parts, but that I had a username and a password. But
Yeah. What happens when you click on forgot your password? Will it send you a new
it doesn't have that option here.
it should be under login.
Well, I am right now at the link that was sent in by the German group. They send a whole Andrea sent a whole group of links,
To the Keshe Foundation store.
with one of them to the Keshe Foundation store.
And
Sign into the store, keshefoundation.org.
And is it store.keshefoundation.org/store/
No slashes. But
Okay.
on that link that she sent, it has the request to put username and password in. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe it'll be sent later, but I have no idea.
Just try the cancel button as Rick did and see if that works. Because that's what comes up on mine too. It continually, even if you're going back from items, from one item to another item in the store, it continually that pops up. There's some flaw there.
Yeah, I'll have to go to that place because right now I have a photograph of what she sent.
Mm-hmm. So just hit cancel as Rick is showing here. And the page lights up. There you go.
Okay, I'll try that.
And at some point soon, this is probably all going to change anyways, because they're going to a different store format. Because this one was so clunky that they're going to the Shopify format instead of what this is.
Right. It's, again, as you said, Rick, it's going to go to Shopify. This store, as I understand it, will disappear.
Yeah, it should be a much smoother experience in the Shopify.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Now I have another one link from her that goes to the Cosmic Spring GANs products, which I normally couldn't find. And this one has a direct link to that. And this is where it says sign into the store. Let's see if I can cancel.
See, I'll show you the link that I have.
Yeah, cancel. I see all the stuff. Interesting.
Perfect.
Interesting logic. Thank you.
Yeah, I was wondering that as well, until Rick said, no, you just have to continue to hit. I was saying, why is this asking for my name and password? And then when I put it in, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Mr. Keshe pointed out in one of the workshops about that flaw, and you just click through it. But it's very annoying, I must admit, and it's confusing for people.
Yeah, I couldn't get recently into the store except through this link to these spring Keshe GANs handmade things. But
well, you have to do the same. You have to do the same thing when it comes up with that. I'll show you here. This is new to me. I've forgotten about this. And so you have to select either the web shop or the support center. If you select the web shop, then you get the check-in thing, blah, blah, blah. And you just either cancel or sign in. They both have the same effect. If I go sign in, it takes me right to the store. You don't have to
but
put
you
it.
can't find the spring stuff on that website.
Okay, let me see. It says Cosmic. It says Cosmic Spring here. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it does?
I think you were just scrolling by it a moment
There it is. See?
Mm-hmm.
It's on
Okay,
the right side
it must have
under
been
Cosmic
changed.
Spring. It has
Okay.
9 products.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a bit of a labyrinth, as life is itself. And I think that's why Mr. Keshe kind of, I don't know if it's deliberate or if it's just a reflection of that is the way life is.
No, I think it was 2 or a number of webmasters. I guess some have left, some have come in. They've all sort of added to the soup in a way, and it didn't come out perfect.
Well, this is exactly the same thing on Earth. Look at all of our world leaders. It's a lot of them have tried to go for world peace and change things, and they've all had a hard time with that because life on Earth is pretty rugged. It's not all roses, let's say.
So, and with the game, with the month, is that as a monthly payment? Do we do that spontaneously, or are we waiting for some notification?
Which monthly payment is that?
Monthly payment for the game.
I think Rick just read it was a yearly payment, but I think Mr. Keshe said
That's the
monthly.
association was a yearly payment.
Pardon me?
Yes.
The association was a yearly payment.
Correct.
Yes, right. And that's different than the game. The game is just, I haven't seen any payment that you have to make for the game. Maybe you have to use your card to sign up. Maybe it costs €1 or something in order to sign up with the card. I'm not sure how that works, but there's no monthly payment so far.
Well, Mr. Keshe said there was, so that, but sometimes he mispronounces things or misspeaks. Okay, thank you.
It's all getting smoothed out over the next
Right.
12 to 24 months, perhaps. As he said, they're going through this teething process with the game, and then they're going to go through a teething process with the ONN as well. Once it's loaded up and put out into the field, and once it's the number of units that are put out, 20, 30, 50, once that's perfected, the balance will be distributed.
Thank you.
And things are interrelated, like the ONN systems and the, are ultimately related to the game and are related to the products and so on, because things are related in our universe. Everything is connected. And so there is these subtle connections that will be more profound as we go along. In the game itself, there will be opportunities that will come up later as it expands and gets developed to allow us to interact with those other systems on a more direct basis. And
yeah, he said there'd be many things added, Rick, into this game. He even mentioned a possible lottery within the game, within the association.
Yeah, and there might be ways you can help others through the gaming structure and so on, even help other countries.
And with the game, they had another question. He said to sign up for if we had somebody with an addiction, they would have to sign up through the game. I didn't see anything where anybody could sign up for anything.
Well, you sign up for the game, and then you go to the Cosmic Transmission Workshop, which is the next workshop is supposed to be for addictions.
That was, it's the 27th, I think.
That's the May 1st one, I believe.
May 1st? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
May 1st.
Yeah, I think it's May 1st now.
And how does someone have to sign up? He said something.
Well, you sign up for the game. You sign up for the game. You just sign up for the game. That's the thing. And then you'll be playing the game during that workshop.
Okay.
And again, anyone who just wants to put a toe in to start with, you do not need a wallet or an ONN or anything to play the game, to experience the game. And then if you're enticed or enjoy what you're feeling through this game, you may want to take it a step further. with the coin, because you can play the game, you can accumulate the resources and so on in coins, but until you get the wallet, it won't be, I don't think it will be working for you.
And
But
it's not like you're going to need the wallet right away, because it will literally take years to build up enough, of playing the game every day to build up enough points to start to make a difference in your wallet as far as that goes. But you can still replenish your wallet. You can, do that through the game once it's set up properly. I'm not sure if you're able to do the Keshe coin wallet in the game yet, but that's all coming as part of the features.
Mm-hmm.
And the point, Mark made a good point, and I was going to say the same thing, which is that you don't have to be in the game in order to get the Keshe coin. You don't have to be get the Keshe wallet in order to be in the game. You don't have to have an ONN system in order to be part of the gaming structure and that whole environment, which is being influenced by the devices from the Keshe Foundation at the same time, and so on. So these things are interrelated, but they can still be used independently. And the bottom line is you can play the game for free, and it has benefits. And we've talked about that in the Plasma Reactor group and in this meeting as well.
Okay, thank you.
There's emotional benefits to playing the game. Agree. All righty. Well, that was pretty good coverage. Any more questions or comments?
Yeah, I was just someone else. I thought I heard a mic open.
Mark, is Dean here. I'd like to say something, if that's okay. So I could ask a question. I think that it's very beautiful what you're all describing here and these products. But when the products start to grow substantially, I think for many people, these products are very beautiful. And some people won't understand what they actually do. So when the products start to develop more, as more knowledge seekers come on board and give their knowledge, and we start creating shiny new things for people to see and purchase within this structure. So when we add something like a flying car or a spaceship or something, or some other things that many people are very attracted to, and lots of other, I mean, I know there's technology that is in the foundation already, like the gas units and things, but these all have a time, place and position. But when one of these major items drop and become available, then the uptake will substantially change. And then you'll have everybody across the planet scrabbling to be part of it. This is the seed, the beginning of it, and it's amongst the knowledge seekers. But when there one, different product arrives and is actually really functional and released, I think this will take a whole new dimension, and the foundation will suddenly find itself, as it already knows what's going to happen, in a completely different dimension on availability and production capabilities on planet Earth. I'm sure Mr. Keshe has been speaking with the governments, and I'm sure there's many technologies in the background that are being developed. And it needs the knowledge seekers to step up and to bring some of this forward to develop this, so that the store becomes the most incredible place for technology on planet Earth, and for all to share. And I know that the foundation's ethos would always be, and always has been, that when one receives, all receive. So, if you add something to this or you develop something, then, everybody receives from it. Everybody's going to get that energy, receive what they need. And it enhances the environment and everything we come to know. And this is how, this procedure, this ability for us to grow as to grow as humanity, to start to experience some other dimensions and other physical products, but energies that we've not experienced before. And I'm sure that we know that this is within these products now, but many won't quite understand it in the general public, I shouldn't think. But once this is released, as I said, and one big shiny toy comes in, or something that is of a larger nature, that will, really create a difference for people in their lives, then this will transform and really become something very, very big and powerful. Once that is established and able to be established, by the governments and by the knowledge seekers coming forward and giving to this environment for it to grow. We have knowledge seekers. I know there's many knowledge seekers within the foundation and in the association and other things that contribute a lot. And it just needs that one spark, and one group to actually release some of this. And then the whole ethos of the foundation spreads very, very dramatically and very quickly. Mr. Keshe has said that the Keshe Foundation will be one of the biggest corporations, organizations, whatever you want to call it, on planet Earth. This is the seed. This is being positioned now, and it just takes this one, the next stage on. And I know these units have the capability to do this. This technology is present, and I know it's only through the knowledge and understanding of Mr. Keshe that this is available on planet Earth, and it is a real gift. And once people start to really get involved with it and experience it and understand it's complete game changer for everything from communications to transportation and everything you can think of that's present on planet Earth. So as I said, this is a seed, and it look very simple, but these things have much more going on in the background. And when you start to interact with it, you will realize this. I remember once when I was going to a foundation's, it was a conference or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And as I was going along, driving along in a automobile, and I remember that I felt the fields all around me, and and when I was coming up to junctions, and I was coming up, and I'm seeing like the advertising signs, and I almost felt like they were alive. They felt like they were part of me, and I was interacting with them, and things were changing. This is the sort of thing that will happen when people start interacting with this environment and these conditions. You'll start to realize that this outside of us dimension that we experience is just one tiny part of it. And we will become, whatever you want to describe it, a universal community, souls that will be able to, the technology being given now to transmute. And the technology is there to do everything on planet Earth we could ever wish it to be, and beyond this. So this is a seed that will grow. It's already started. It cannot be stopped. We know this, and we will all have to accept it. And everybody will have and receive everything they need. There'll be like the gold rush. It'll be the new gold rush where you can have anything you can think of. So if your imagination leads you to something you receive, you can imagine it. You can bring it forward into the matter state and create it. That's ultimately where this technology is going to take us, and we're going to receive from it. So yeah, the fields create everything, and we are part of the fields, and we are a generator of the fields. You know, we interact with it in every thread, in every ounce of everything we do. So this technology is present, and it's growing rapidly. And I know that Mr. Kesh, once this is in position, and as he said, those units, you put them at the bottom of the ocean, you put them at the top of the mountains, and everywhere else in between, and we'll create an environment, a beauty, and there will be peace, and it will be an incredible position for us to experience. And it's a very gentle thing that's happening. I'm sure some of us, some are not ready for this, or they're fighting it with thoughts of what has been in the past. But the past is the past; is gone, and we know the future. We don't know what that will be, but this present moment, we can imagine everything, anything. And once we start developing this, we will be transmuting the fields of the universe, these multi-dimensional attributes of ourselves into the matter state condition. And I think it's going to be a most incredible time when we can start to experience something that is part of part of the creation, part of everything that is, out there and within us. It's a thought. We have these. Where does anything come from? Where does any creation come from? It comes from an energy source that we imagine, or we bring into our very being, into our thoughts, into our brain, and then we act upon it and speak about it, and we create it. So if that's the creation point, and that's happened for every single piece of equipment, technology, and anything you can think of on planet Earth, it's already happened. It's already part of us. We're just now going to the next stage of it, where maybe it will happen much sooner and be more transparent in how it's, developed, and how it matures into something that will enhance many, many people across the planet Earth, and give us the capability to interact and be part of the bigger community. We're already part of it. The only reason that has stopped any of it is our own emotions, and that's basically it. And these tools that we've seen are are available and are present to balance and bring about an emotional position where we find stability and beauty, and that wonderful condition of peace and equality for all, that will bring the peace forward, into ourselves and across the planet Earth. And this wonderful picture that Rick's showing us now, there's the physical beings, and then we see the energy of the other beings, but that's a soul. We're showing a human-like form, but it's energy, it's souls, it's present. It's like the planet itself has a soul, has a seed point, and when you connect to that middle point with your middle point, you can create within this structure. And once you understand that, you're going to see where these units and this the Kesh coin and everything else is going to lead us. It's going to, elevate each and every single one of us as one soul, the soul that is connected to the Creator. And I think it's going to be a very, very beautiful transition now for humanity, to establish this very beautiful connection that is a part of each and every single one of us. And no one has a responsibility to say no when you have another part that says yes. So, we know that the stronger feeds the weaker. However, when you are the weaker and you're the humblest, you become the creator. And by becoming the creator, you affect the totality. And that is the beauty of this knowledge. So I would suggest we all hop on board as soon as possible. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Dean. And as a indicator of that transition that we seem to be going into with the plasma technology, as a sort of coincidence here, as Ascension in our YouTube has put in, wow, first time I see Mr. Keshe written correctly by the YouTube captions creator. Awesome. It usually says Mr. Cash, C-A-S-H, like the cash, but it now is writing Mr. Keshe, properly written. So that's very encouraging. That's, to me, an indicator there's been some sort of perhaps even profound change in the algorithm that deals with the knowledge and the works of the Keshe Foundation and Mr. Keshe. I'm noticing the AI is being a lot more respectful of the knowledge as well, and much more, it's able to search out and find the information on the internet where before it somehow just couldn't find it, So that's a good sign. Thank you very much for that.
And it's a very nice background as well. It almost looks like they're elevating the soul of the planet in a way. They all seem to have a light or something. And this is the idea about creating the peace dome, that we elevate the soul of this planet and its inhabitants to a permanent peaceful condition. So I think that's very nice, Rick.
This is the one from this.
Oops. Right now we're seeing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this is the one. I want to show the other one to compare it.
And I was thinking maybe we'll forego the more of the gameplay and bring that up in the Reactor group. Shweta, that's up to you.
Just a sec here.
And what Dean was saying about the store and what I was just thinking, he's right. This is going to have 5 or 6 digit products in the store. And as Dean was also saying, this energy dimension or the cosmic ray antenna will be added. And then I was thinking, well, perhaps if I had a very severe migraine and there is an ice cap product in the store, but yet I know that if I order the migraine cap physically, it's going to take 2 weeks to get here. Well, I have a trip to Europe in about 4 days and I have a debilitating migraine. So perhaps not only will you be able to physically purchase the products, but if you need it in a shorter period of time, perhaps through this energy dimension, the cosmic ray antennas, you can actually put your headphones on and resolve that unbalanced condition in a very short period of time rather than waiting for the product to physically arrive in 2 weeks or whatever the turnaround would be.
That seems to be where we're moving to, the energy level from the physicality level. Even though the physicality might bring energy with it, why use the middleman? Cut out the middleman, as Mr. Keshe often likes to say.
Well, I think we want to keep the artisans and the other creators sort of working in the background and continuing to create. And some people, of course, they haven't gotten to this energy dimension yet. They need something physically in their hand.
Absolutely. I still want to take a trip on a flying saucer, and I don't care what it's supposed to be like, but I want to experience it, as well as I wouldn't mind a trip on a donkey too.
So Shweta, shall we forego a bit more of the gameplay? Maybe Rick would like to bring that up in the Reactor group. And I know we've run a bit over.
Yeah, we should carry
Yes,
on
of
here. I'm
course.
trying to
We
get
should
to
carry
that
on.
here,
Yes. You
which
want to carry,
is
we want to ride a donkey also, my dear Rick. Yeah.
why
And
not?
we,
Take
yeah,
a donkey to get to
because
the flying saucer, or take a flying saucer to get to the donkey. Perhaps that might be easier for me.
yes, and we came here like this, to experience the donkey and then again go to the spaceship. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we can carry on. I also, thank you. Thank you.
All right. So part of why I put this background up was we were supposed to go to the next excerpt from the last workshop. And I actually wanted to compare it to just briefly to our other background from this week. Oops. Oh, that didn't work out. Just a second here. Just too many conflicting things. There we go. And this one from this week, which we also have a similar scenario. AI decided to make this image when I asked for an image, a background for the 428th One Planet, One Nation show, and it came up with this. And again, it sort of has that soul quality to it. It's not just physicality, people out here in space hanging out. These are the souls that are sort of looking upon the earth and are here to witness the events going on at this auspicious time on the planet.
Yes, beautiful image, my dear Rick. Here we can say the Keshe Foundation, where the soul, the spirit meets the soul. Wow, beautiful. When in the meditation group, we do the same thing as a collective, as one being, one planet, one nation, one race. How beautiful it is! Really, really. Wow.
Okay, so I'll go to the excerpt now. It's only about 4 minutes, I think, 3-4 minutes. And this is about the knowledge of the universe from Mr. Keshe in the 639th Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
As the planet. Man chosen the wrong words, or man chosen too many words for the same process. The soul of the man and the spirit, the cosmic ray magnetic field inertia, what we call gravity, and the inertia, which is the soul, which the interaction of the two gives the physicality of this planet. The interaction of the two gives the physicality of the man. And if you understand this simple process, then it's very easy. It's so easy that it shocks the man to his bone. If the soul of the Creator is that central, and then the soul of the man is that inertia, the interaction of the soul of the man and the soul of the Creator leads to creation of the universe. I made man in the image of myself, as in interacting with the soul of the man, I manifest myself. Then goes back to the intro. Does man need a prophet between his soul and his spirit? Do you need intermediaries? Or the connection of the soul of the man with the soul of his Creator is the creation manifestation of the beauty of the Creator, the Mitra.
The soul of the man, in respect to the soul of the creator, is the mitra. The love of the two leads to creation of the universe. It's not the size which counts, it's the quality. And if mankind understands that, we'll know one thing. As the spirit is aware of all the shortcomings of what is happening in the physicality of the man and is connected to the soul of the man, so is the creator aware of the shortcoming of the man and is connected to the soul of the creator, and the soul of the man the same. You choose terminology to fool yourself, but the fact cannot be hidden. And when it becomes clear, people, they call you Antichrist, because now the door of abuse is closed. Then the knowledge of universe is open to the man. Go back to what I said so many times. There are no prophets, there are no churches and mosques anywhere in the universe except in the feeble mind of the man who's used to be abused.
Okay, that's our excerpt from the last 639th Knowledge Seekers Workshop from April 23rd. Available on YouTube for those that would like to see the rest of it. And now we move into the knowledge and understanding of the last Knowledge Seekers Workshop with Stefania, if she's available. And I understand that she has some of that from the first part, if she's available.
I think she had to go, but we did send you the, unless she's here, the AI summary that Ed created.
Oh.
Maybe it should be in your Telegram. This is of the 639, I believe. It's 7-minute or so summary, again by the AI. And as Mr. Keshe said, don't ask the AI, it doesn't have a soul yet. But it does have some way of organizing the workshop in a way, if you don't overload it with too many workshops. So it's just isolated to one workshop. And this is what Ed has come up with. And I think it's quite instructive in a way. It gives a general overview. Misses many points, but includes many points as well.
Okay, I'll just getting that open here now. It's about a 7-minute video.
And this may prompt some discussion.
And let me see here. We'll put this link into the chat as well, the video from Ed. Thank you, Ed, for these videos. And just let me share it properly, and here we go.
So what if I told you that the very same force holding galaxies together is also what shapes your soul? Yeah, I know, it sounds pretty out there. But today we are diving into an incredible theory that connects the biggest forces in the cosmos to the deepest parts of who we are. Let's get right into it. Okay, this sounds like the beginning of a weird joke, right? But seriously, the answer to this question, it unlocks this whole new way of looking at creation itself. We're talking everything from the birth of a star to, well, the spark of a human life. It all comes down to understanding two forces we thought we knew, but in a totally new light. All right, I want you to picture this, the entire universe. Imagine it's just this
endless, super-fast motorway. And flying down these lanes aren't cars, but cosmic fields, magnetic rays, all of it just zipping from one end of everything to the other.
They just go. A constant, non-stop stream of pure energy. And they might pass right by each other, super close, but nothing happens. There's zero connection, zero interaction. It's just pure, anonymous, constant movement.
So what you have here is pure potential, but it's completely unrealized. You've got all this energy, all this motion, but nothing is actually being created. And why is that? It's because for anything to happen, these travelers need a common ground. They need a place to stop, to meet, to actually connect.
So, how in the world do you get from this lonely cosmic motorway to a universe that's just bursting with planets and stars and life? Well, according to this theory, it all kicks off the moment someone opens, for lack of a better term, a service station on this cosmic highway. Okay, so think of gravity as the huge, blinking neon sign for that service station. It's this massive, general force of attraction. It creates that common ground we were talking about, signaling to all those cosmic cars to slow down, take the exit, and pull off the main road.
But look, just having a service station isn't quite enough, is it? You need a reason for a car to actually stop. And that's inertia. It's the very specific need that sparks the connection. You're not just pulling over randomly. You're stopping because you specifically need gas or you're dying for a coffee. That specific desire is what makes the interaction happen.
And this is where it all clicks into place. See, gravity is the general force. It gathers everybody together, but it can't, on its own, create anything physical. Inertia, on the other hand, that's the spark. It's the specific, local condition that actually causes something tangible to come into being. So, what this means is that creation isn't some random accident. It's a very specific, intentional interaction.
So, that moment of interaction, it's literally everything. According to this theory, it's not just a quick pit stop. No, it's the fundamental process that forges actual, tangible matter, and even what you might call a soul.
You can just see the process unfold, right? First, inertia, that specific need, it creates a unique environment. That, in turn, attracts other fields that have a similar strength, a similar vibration. And as they all gather together, they manifest as something physical. It could be the sand on a beach, or a vein of gold deep in a mountain, or the water in the ocean. This collected, manifested thing, that is what the source calls the soul.
This is the absolute core of the whole idea. Inertia isn't just some boring law of motion from your old physics textbook. In this way of looking at things, it's the very soul of the physical world. It's the force that takes all this invisible energy and gives it form, gives it an identity, gives it substance.
Okay, so let's take this giant cosmic principle and zoom all the way in, right down to the human level. Because this is where it gets really, really personal.
Get this. The source material takes this exact same principle and applies it to the relationship between a person and their creator. In this model, the soul of a person, that's the inertia. It's the specific point of interaction. And the creator soul, well, that's the gravitational field. The interaction between these two is what leads to manifestation. It's how creation actually happens.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, if the connection between your soul and the creator soul is a direct, fundamental interaction, it means you don't need any kind of go-between. And this leads to a pretty provocative question, one that the source material puts right on the table. If that connection is totally direct, then are institutions like churches or messengers like prophets really necessary? The theories suggest that maybe they're human constructs, things that are useful here on this planet, but maybe not so fundamental in a universe where the connection is meant to be direct and personal. Now, this whole idea of a direct connection, it leads to a pretty radical reimagining of a powerful concept, transmutation. You know, we usually think of it as something out of science fiction or maybe old alchemy books.
But the source argues we've totally missed the point. True transmutation isn't about, teleporting an apple across the room for fun. Its real purpose is so much more profound. It's the process of bridging your soul directly with the soul of your creator.
And why is that such a game changer? Because if you can connect your soul directly to the creators, you are tapping into the source of all knowledge, period. Everything that is, as the source says, gained, maintained, and possessed by the creator becomes available to you.
So, this incredible understanding puts a fundamental choice right in front of us, and it's not about what we can do with this knowledge, but about how we choose to be.
Now, in this case, gold isn't money. It's a metaphor for the deep, profound knowledge of your own direct line to the creator. And the ultimate test is what you do with that awareness. Do you use it to try and get power, to control and abuse other people? Or do you use it to deepen that connection and to create?
I mean, this analogy from the source material is just so vivid, you can practically see it. The choice is really stark. Do you go for the profound knowledge that's just sitting there, waiting for you, the book of the universe you can read through your own soul? Or do you get distracted by the physical world, by the donkey and all its temptations for power and control, and just let it carry you further and further away from any real understanding?
And in the end, the theory just leaves us with this powerful, personal question. The path to universal knowledge isn't out there somewhere in the stars. It's inside you. The connection is already there. The book is already on the shelf, and it's waiting. The only question left is, are you going to choose to open it?
Okay, thank you, Mark, for that suggestion and link to Cosmic Rays to Human Souls from Ed Weatherall. It does a number of YouTube videos and always does a synopsis of the Last Knowledge Seekers Workshop as well. Okay, I think we can move along here.
Yeah, Rick, I just want to add something because it was very interesting to listen the AI do the summaries.
Yes, go ahead. Do you want me to put the background video on with for the knowledge and understanding?
Yeah, I'm gonna be very brief, but yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yes, don't want to take too much time. Yeah, that was really great. Actually, I'm gonna definitely. I definitely I can see the AI how can be useful to us to gather knowledge. And also I was thinking that maybe Eddie, by doing this, was actually load information to the AI, because I noticed sometimes when asking question, they don't answer properly sometimes. So maybe in one way we educate them. Even though the AI of Mr. Keshe will be like no others, because they will have emotion, it will gather information directly from the source. And I think the difference is with the AI of the Keshe Foundation, we will learn from them and get enlightened from them. So it's good. Yes, I just wanted to, because I was summarizing the 639 and is amazing workshop as well. And it was great how the AI summarized too. From my understanding, there are different type of inertia, like the inertia of the galaxy, the inertia of the cosmic ray. But it was very interesting because listening AI was very good. So this workshop was very important because Mr. Keshe goes really in details on, and I think if we can master this workshop, we have all our answer, because he was going very in details on how everything is created, how we created the Earth, how we creating the whole universe, how we creating the stars. What I found interesting is that everything is here, everything is it's already here, and it's just matter of find the match of the energy strength and the gathering. So at the beginning, Mr. Keshe was making the example of the motorway. I thought that one was really good analogies. where it was said the cosmic ray are like rays, even the magnetic fields, cosmic ray are like the rays. They don't have identity. And then as soon you put a power station, like if you open up a petrol station, people start to stop the petrol station. And he was saying this petrol station is like a place where people start to gathering together. Or so it was like a place in the atom, in the universe, where fields start to passing through. And from my understanding, okay, why a car should stop to a petrol station? Because they need to make a fuel. So definitely, I was thinking, okay, must be a need. Why there must be a reason why fields gathering in a place, and the analogy was like the petrol station. But the petrol station is because someone need to buy something, need to go to toilet, need to go to fill up the car with the petrol. So they have a good reason. And then I like the fact where is it about inertia? That inertia come into when so the car have no identity. They're going up and down the motorway. You open a petrol station, so the car start to stop at this petrol station, and if we say you make it like a room. When you go a room, empty room with a lot of people, if you put in a chair, you make the environment for them to, you create the environment for them to socialize. And that it was, he make the comparison that is like the inertia. So creating the environment for them to gather together, that is what equals like inertia. And then you can get the environment, like for example, if I am a woman, I like bread, and I start to make environment where I cook bread and I teach people to cook bread. Everyone who looking for bread, would come in this place. So you will have people that are like, and they will meet up in this place, and it's like inertia. You have to match the fields to be able to create inertia. So you have to be kind of alike, like the same group. And then I like the differentiation when he does about the star and the earth. So when you say that the earth has got her own soul, and the sun has got their own soul, the difference is one it's solid and the other one it's kind of liquid form, is the field strength. So the field strength of the soul of the sun is higher, so it's less of material, solid like the earth. That it was very interesting. And then it was said like the soul of the earth, it's already, the fields are already in the universe, in the whole universe. Our fields, they stretch through all the universe. And I thought, oh wow, this is really interesting for transmutation, because it means when we're in the fields, in the energy state, we're already everywhere. That's why we can transmute everywhere in the universe. And then it was said that the fields of the earth that make in the man. If you want to do a correlation with the soul of the man, it would be the soul of physicality. It gets inertia when you start to interact with the inertia happen when you start to interact with this with the fields of the environment, and when the two interact, they make then the earth become solid, and then you see even the AI said that if you can master, like the key will be to imagine like the soul of the man, and with interaction with the creator. The soul of the creator is how the whole universe is being created, and that was another good good things to know for who wants to transmute, because that will confirm the fact that we are already everywhere. We just need to create the inertia of that place with the environment, and we can materialize there. Anyway, I just want to just say this, that this is what I understood from what I remember from the last workshop, and I really enjoyed the things that Eddie did, and yeah, I can wait for the next one. Okay, I don't know if someone wants to add anything. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes.
Thank you, Maraness. Please, if you want to see, because you also make a good, you, Maraness, make a really great question and answer. So it was great. Yeah, if you want to add anything, please do.
Yes, I just when you said that all these cars, which is like all these fields, which are just in the cosmos, unicos, they are going and coming, and then there is a place which is created, and they want to come to this place, which is a common ground for all of that to come here, which is like the station service you said, and they come, and then he adds something else, a restaurant, and the fields come again, and it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And in fact, these rays are everywhere, but what they need to manifest is inertia. And inertia is that a station service, that common ground for all of them. So unless we have a common ground, we cannot manifest the rays and fields. I know something. Yeah, just like that, that inertia is that common ground for all these fields to come around and to communicate with each other, and they should be the same force, the same level, and then they make bigger and bigger, and how it's created the sun and everything else. Yeah, thank you very much for your description, for your understanding. Very good. Just that.
All right. Thank you, Marinez. I think we should move along here. Let's see. We have time for transmutation, or do we have time for transmutation today? We still have wishes coming up, or needs and wishes. We have half a dozen of those.
Yeah, so let's go to the needs and wishes, because I think we are running late, so it's best.
You want to do a short version of 30 seconds to a minute, or it doesn't do it justice?
No, I want to do it the whole thing. So let's skip it. We can do it next time, no problem.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Well, in that case, let's move into our needs and wishes. And this will be free to whoever feels the need and wish to elucidate the wish. We have 6 of them in total, and we'll have 30 seconds of silence after each. Go ahead, Mark.
We, the Universal Council, elevate the soul of the leaders and the population throughout the American continent to live in harmony, respecting each nation as equal.
We, the Universal Council, give from our souls collectively to protect all the world and Iran from all evil. We are present.
We, the
We,
Universal
the
Council.
Universal Council.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Perfect, please. Thank you.
Can you flip a Keshe
We,
coin?
We could have a duet.
we,
Mark.
the Universal Council, give from our soul for protection of those living with fear in natural disaster areas, and our soul wishes to this is the part I wishes
cover.
yeah, that all
To
the
help
emotional and
cover all.
psychological and yeah, to no to uncover, is it? Yes, to
To
uncover,
help cover
recover,
all emotional, and it's actually
yeah,
physical now. From
emotional and is it
they,
psychical or physical?
it's physical. They've changed it from psychical to physical.
Oh, it used to be
It
psychical.
used to
Okay,
be psychical.
physical needs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We, the Universal Council, elevate the souls of the leaders involved in conflicts in Sudan and other areas only by greed with unconditional love and inner peace so that they respect the lives of all population because they are sovereign and free. Our wish is our command. We are present.
We,
the
Go ahead.
We, the universal, we, the Universal Council, give through our souls that Russia and Ukraine can find peace for the sake of all the families of the planet. And our wish is our command, and we are present.
We, the Universal Council, give freely from our soul to elevate the soul of the leaders to achieve peace in the Middle East. Now, we are present, our wish is our command. Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so, so much. We are here to serve, not to be served by the beautiful soul. The key, the point for being here. Thank you and welcome, welcome, welcome to Swagatam into the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the beautiful energy in this beautiful space, the universal love of universal love and all the love for all souls of existence. So, welcome again, my dear, with open heart. Thank you so, so much. Salam, namaste, salute the Universal Council.
Thank you, Swatan. And before we end, I think even though we're running kind of a double, triple overtime here, I'd just like to ask our attendees if anyone has something they'd like to say or a question. Maybe we can carry on till carry over to next week if it can't be answered quickly. Then we kind of have this last part open for our attendees to ask questions or to make a comment. So we'd like to respect that. And please go ahead if anyone would like to open their microphone there.
Yes, welcome, welcome.
Well, I think we answered a lot of the questions that had earlier and sorted some things out regarding the store and the enlightenment game and other such things. So more next week.
I have something to say, Rick, please.
And who are you?
I am Jibani from Togo.
Thank you.
According to my wish, I wish every corner of earth peace, and all leaders comprehend the responsibility to serve people needs over the world. That is my wish.
We are
present. Yes, of course, my dear. We are present. Thank you so much.
I am present.
I am present as well. An excellent wish it is. Okay, with that, I think we can move to the end of our program here and get up our
Hello.
background
I can
image.
annex little words. It's
Okay.
only for saying thank you so much, beautiful soul, because all the time we are the soul of the peace, because all the time you give freely our soul to build the peace around the world, and of course connected with the universal community and give it that peace and give it that knowledge. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and continue working in that direction, because we are the soul of peace. And you believe, you create. Thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you, Lissy, and thank you for being the creator of our program here for the workshops as well, and supplying me with the weekly agenda. Appreciate that input, and it's very helpful.
We all do. Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, indeed.
Gratitude.
Okay, well, that brings to an end our 428th One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, April 28th, 2026. We'll be back again next week, the usual time and place. Our next public teaching workshop will be tomorrow, Wednesday, April 29th, with the Keshe Plasma Reactor group, which I hold every week starting at 7 a.m. Central European Summer Time, which is the same as 10 p.m. Pacific Time today on Tuesday. And so if folks would like to participate in that and hear more about chickens, chickens and plasma, then you will hear some chicken stories at that particular time and place, and also some stories about plasma as well. And somehow they are connected, and that's where we discover how. In that,
I think they'll complement each other, Rick.
Yes,
rather than
indeed.
compete with each other.
I have one more question.
Okay.
I because of the time of day for that class, I find it difficult to attend. And I'm looking in the recordings in the archives, but I can't find the archives. Do you know if they're up?
They would be in the private teaching.
Right, space, whatever, Spaceship Institute.
Yeah, SSI private teachings. They're available. Should be at the top.
Yeah, but I can't get in there. It just loads and loads and loads and loads.
Right. There are some issues with getting into the archives with not only you, with myself and others.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that. Is that a recent thing that's just happened, or?
I think for some it's more recent than others, but
I often have downloaded the videos from the workshops in order to upload to Vimeo, but I haven't done that for a couple of months, so I'm not sure if it's broken at this point. But some of the Plasma Reactor Group videos, and I'm trying to bring them up to date, are available at the Vimeo site of the Keshe Foundation as well. It's just not commonly known. We don't publish them to YouTube. Just, too restrictive censorship-wise, so.
Do you have to have some kind of special login information for Vimeo?
I don't believe so. If you go to search for the Keshe Foundation and Vimeo, you should be able to get to the main site and get to the workshops there.
Okay, thank you.
I'll try to bring them up to date over the next week or so.
All right, thanks.
All right, I believe that's it, other than our last little bitty here.
Yes, let's move it, move it.
Next is we get
Move
to
it.
get everyone off their
Blessings,
seats
dear one.
and onto their dancing
Clap,
feet.
clap, and dance. Of course. Clap, clap, and dance, my dear beautiful souls. Blessings of Ma.
Yeah, take your hand off the mouse and put it back onto the other hand, and we call that clapping. Unless you do the Zen one hand clapping, which is very quiet. All right, here we go. Thanks everyone for being here, and see you in the next public teaching workshop, perhaps. Bye for now.